From family events to volunteer opportunities to community happenings, there is a lot going on in your community. Learn about all the possibilities and opportunities on this episode of Community Hotline.
Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. My name is Monica Weitzel. We're here at Metro East Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. Tonight with me I have Dodie Davies, who is the president of the Fairview-Rockwood-Wilkes Historical Society. Did I get them all in there?
Fairview.
What did I say?
Fairwood.
Fairwood.
That's good.
What's Fairwood? Fairview-Rockwood-Wilkes Historical Society. Sorry about that, Dodie.
Okay.
So you are here to represent all those areas in one historical society. Tell me a little bit about the background, if you would, of the society and how long it's been around.
Sure. The society was formed 1987 by a group of local Fairview residents. And as they were talking about, forming a society, it was suggested to them that they grow their base a little bit and incorporate a couple areas called Rockwood-Wilkes. And so they did that. At that time, Rockwood-Wilkes wasn't part of any city.
Okay.
Later on, as you know, Rockwood became part of Gresham and a little bit of Portland, and the same with Wilkes. So now we represent the Fairview-Rockwood-Wilkes areas, which also encompass Fairview, Gresham, Portland.
And if you can say it right,
you can talk about it. It gets complicated.
It gets complicated. So as part of the Historical Society and as president, what is your job? What is your job to manage as president of this society?
Well, pretty much the business end. I've been president for about 10 years now.
That's a long time.
It's been a long time. We've had some wonderful, great past presidents, and I just came in at the right time and basically run the board meetings, make sure we're, fiscally, solvent, or responsible, and kind of give a face to the organization. I try to come out to shows like this and various things. And
tell us what it's all about.
Yes.
So you have a couple of houses that are sort of the really big focus of the society. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. The first one that I heard about was the Heslin House. Tell me a little bit about that and the background of that. And while we're talking about that, I think we have some pictures, so maybe we can show those too.
Sure. Well, the Heslin House was built in about 1893. We don't have an exact date, but that's the circa, 1893. We obtained that house in the early 1990s when the last of the Heslins passed away, Ted Heslin, and the house was extremely dilapidated. Matter of fact, they wanted to tear it down. And
this picture here, what is this?
That's around 1910, and that's kind of the way the house looked in its heyday.
Yes, it looks great there.
Yeah, it's still in existence. And we don't have any pictures of what it looked like back in the 90s, but it was pretty bad.
Okay.
And matter of fact, they wanted to tear it down. We talked the city into buying the house, and we went into partnership. And the society, we had a wonderful group of people for about 15 years, saved the Heslin House.
And is this the same house?
And it's the same house. That's what it is today. And actually, it looks better today.
Does it?
Yeah, that looks pretty good. And in about several years ago, or about 2007, when the city, Fairview celebrated their centennial. Was it 2007 or time flies.
I think in 2006, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but what we did is that we were ready. We had actually, inside the house, it's now wonderfully renovated. It's our society headquarters. We have a museum in there, and we have artifacts from the 3 local areas and the history of Fairview. And it's opened every 3rd Saturday of the month. And
this is on Main Street in Fairview.
It is 60 Main Street on Fairview. You can't miss it. It's in Old Fairview, historic Fairview, is the way we like to call it. So it's right on the corner of Fairview Avenue and Main Street.
Great. So if people wanted to go to visit that, when is it open? Is it open all the time?
Right. Well, typically every 3rd Saturday, but for the summers, June and July, and the months of June and July, we open it every single Saturday from noon to 4.
Okay.
So
what kinds of things can people see in the museum? You said, I mean, obviously is it the original or some of the original furnishings in the house, or reproductions, or?
Yes, no, it's original artifacts of the Heslin family, some artifacts from the local area that have been donated. We have a little exhibit that talks about the history of Fairview, you know, where it started back in the 1850s until about 1950, so people can get an idea. Because our goal is to preserve and stimulate an interest in the history of the area, and because we really don't want to have the local people lose touch with their past, and so it's a wonderful venue in which they can get that information.
What does it say about Fairview on their sign? A community of history and vision, or something like that.
And I like to remind the city council of that on occasion.
Yeah, well, I like that. I always like that whenever I go past that sign, because I like it. It's got the history and it's got a vision toward the future.
Well, like I said, the city of Fairview actually owns the home, and we are in a wonderful partnership that has helped preserve and promote the Heslin House. So
that's great. That's great. So the other house that you have also renovated and preserved is the Zimmerman House. And I think we have a picture of that too. And that was even older. Is that correct?
That was built in 1874, and actually it was built by two German immigrants, Lena and Jacob Zimmerman. They actually came out on the Oregon Trail.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, and actually this is the second generation of Zimmermans, George and his wife Jessie and their three daughters, Olive, Mabel, and Isabel.
Olive, Mabel, and Isabel.
Yes, and it was Isabel who, at the age of 93, in 1992, she died, but she donated the house and all its contents to the Fairview-Rockwood-Wilkes Historical Society. The house is on the National Register of Historic Places, and at that time, after the property settled out of probate, we went ahead and sold the property to the city for $1. So now we're in partnership, and it's actually a City of Gresham Historic Park.
Okay, so it's considered a park. See, I love this house. I drive by this all the time, and I just think it looks so cool, but I've never gone in. So now that I'm learning a little bit more about it, I will be more inclined to come and check it out. And this is open how often?
It's, again, every third Saturday of each month, but in the months of July and August, we have it every single Saturday, noon to 4. And we have, like I say, the house is literally, when you enter it, you're going back 100 years. It's untouched. We have all of the artifacts on display, and it's 3 generations of the same family that have lived in that home continuously from 1874 up until Isabel passed away in 1993. She didn't have any children. She never married, and so that's why she left it to the society.
That's right. Lucky for you.
To preserve the legacy of her.
Lucky for us.
Absolutely. And when we obtained it back in the 90s, the house was very dilapidated and falling apart. So it's been another...
In 93, it's a little tough to keep up a house.
It is. So our job was to preserve it and restore it and keep it intact.
That's a great looking house. Now, if I remember from reading the website, there are gardens. Are there gardens at both houses?
Both houses we have gardens, so there's an opportunity every second Saturday. We're out in the gardens, and basically reclaiming the grounds has been a major deal for the last 15 years. Now we're developing the gardens, and we have a goal by next June to have it on the, she'll probably be upset with me. I can't remember her society's name, but it's the Portland Garden Club type of thing, and we're going to be on their tour. So we've been on the...
you could be on the East County Garden tours, too.
Well, and we could possibly, too. And that's kind of our goal, to get the gardens to that point as well. So we're really proud of what we've done, and we could always use people to help us.
Well, I was going to say, I bet you have a lot of opportunities for volunteers.
Yes, we have opportunities not just out on the grounds to help maintain the gardens, and also inside the house. We do, of course, collection curation and that sort of stuff, so there's opportunities there. And also we're open for tours on a regular basis, so people can be docents if they're interested in history or just old things.
Train them on what they need to know about the house and set them loose, huh?
Yes, and it's actually, they're self-guided, both houses.
So somebody just kind of give information as needed and answer people's questions. And
absolutely.
That kind of thing. I saw a picture of a lady who actually dresses up in the period clothes when she does her docent work.
Yes, at the Zimmerman House we try, and actually that's Diane Warren. She's our head docent, and she does. Yeah, she really does it to the nines.
I
there,
love that.
She?
I think that's great. That's fun. What other kind of things do you have going on at the Historical Society? Do you have other projects coming up, or will you stay with these 2 projects as the main things?
Right now at the Zimmerman House, we're starting the process of we want to rebuild the two-story bunkhouse. It's just to the east of the house.
Same property, but just
same property. It's a little garage there now. It's a little brick building, and we really want to rebuild that. And
what was that used for? You said
well,
bunkhouse.
A bunkhouse.
There's like several, a guest house kind of thing, or what?
Probably the workers on the grounds.
Okay.
It was a big dairy farm, 660-acre dairy farm back in the turn of the century. So they had probably hands living there and that sort of thing. But we're going to use it more of an extension of the museum and have a place for storage because we have very little storage and we have stuff shoved all over the place. I mean, you go through the house, you'll see piles of boxes. We would like to get that out of there and use it, and also use it for a better place to do curation work and that sort of thing. So that's our next, for the next 5 years, is to work on getting that built.
Wow, that sounds like a big project. What? How do you get your funding?
It's always been strictly donation, membership, and we've also obtained a few grants over the years.
Okay.
However, this last year we were fortunate. Multnomah County had a tax levy that went out to the voters to save the Oregon Historical Society.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, what a lot of people didn't know, they were also helping the few East County, Multnomah County Historical Societies, which is Crown Point History, Troutdale Historical Society, Gresham Historical Society, and ourselves.
Great.
And so we share a little stipend, which is it's $36,000 a year for each of us.
Nice
So
little windfall, though.
Well, for us it is. It's huge.
Yeah, that helps a lot, I'm
so
sure.
For the next 5 years, we'll be getting that funding. So we're really excited about that.
Good.
Which is helping us to do a lot of infrastructure projects. All of our societies have been putting on hold for years. I mean, just like putting air conditioning in the Zimmerman House and stuff like that. So it's been huge.
So what do you need the most then? Volunteers?
And
in what area would you need them? If
we'll never turn down money.
Okay.
Absolutely. But we really, it's volunteers. It's the people that make the society, continue and go round and round. With volunteers and the members, you wouldn't have a society. So we really could usually use those.
So if people are interested, what is the best way to get a hold of you? Go to the website. Is there a way to contact you via the website?
Yes, go to our website. It's frwhs.org. So
frwhs.org,
the acronym of our society.
Fairview. Why did I say Fairwood?
That's okay.
Yeah, I got the Rockwood and the Fairview tied up together. So, but if I wanted to volunteer, where is your biggest need for volunteers?
I would say the grounds. We could really use a lot more people helping with the gardens and the grounds and docent work. We could really use more people, especially in the summer months. We have more days that we're open.
That seems like that would be a fun thing to do.
Well, and it's easy. You learn about history and what I love docent work because I love talking to people and meeting people. And people are very excited when they come into the homes and they want to always talk about, well, I remember my grandmother had one of these.
I bet you see all sorts of fun stuff. Do you take donations from people who have old things that maybe live in the East County area? Or do you have any room for anything more?
Zimmerman House we don't, because that's a collection in itself. It's the Zimmerman family. The Heslin House we will accept Fairview-Rockwood-Wilkes donations of artifacts and that sort of thing. And also anybody that has a story to tell that lives in the area, we always would love to hear about it.
Do you keep track of some of those stories? I mean, do you have a place where you archive stories from the area? We
do. We're still working on making it a little bit more available to the public. That's one reason we want to get the bunkhouse built. So we can have somewhat of a library. We've talked about a library at the Heslin House where people can come and get some of that information. But because our infrastructure has been so unstable for years. Right. And it's just been the last couple of years that we've even allowed the public in.
Right. Good. Well, what else do we need to know? Before I let you go tonight, what else do we need to know about the Historical Society here? What should people know that they maybe don't know?
Well, it's a lot of the few people within our membership are still around descendants of the Zimmerman and Heslins.
There are still people,
and there's still people, and they're involved in our society, and they're still alive and kicking. And
I bet they're probably a wealth of knowledge.
I know, absolute wealth of knowledge, and I learn a lot from them, and I just feel so blessed that I've been involved and been able to meet a lot of those people. So
what does it mean to be a member of the Historical Society?
Oh, we just have a small membership fee a year, and it's just you get a newsletter and free access to the museums. Well,
Okay.
actually, the museums are free. You know, we don't charge. It's just a donation if you want. So, but
It's a way to support them.
it's a way to support them. Yeah, keeping the lights on.
Good enough. Well, it's a great thing to be able to keep that history alive in this area. So I think that's great. Thanks so much, Dodie, for sharing with us about the museum. And if people are interested, they can go to the website, get more information. If they want to volunteer, be part of it. You don't have fundraisers or anything like that, right? It's just
Not at this time, just because we lack the volunteers to organize.
so get some more volunteers.
Exactly.
And maybe we can get something
we'd
like
love
that
to
in
do
the future.
fundraisers.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, thanks for watching this segment of Community Hotline. If you're interested, you can go to their website, get all the information you need. You can contact Dodie or one of the other people that are working so hard at the Historical Society. My name is Monica Weitzel. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Thank you.